What's up, fellow emos? Rain here, and I am super excited about today's video. So I was super inspired by Mel Mercer. I saw them make this video, outfits inspired by their favorite albums. I thought that was so fun. So I wanted to do my own take with some of my favorite artists in general. I didn't want to just do albums. I wanted to do different like musicians. Some are albums, some are just like the artist in general. Yeah, so this is my take on that, and I'm gonna throw in, some people have been asking what my music recommendations are, so I thought I'd just throw it all into one. So the first outfit I came up with is inspired by Miley Cyrus and everything she's doing right now. Specifically Plastic Hearts, that new album. I have not stopped listening to it since it came out. There is not one song on that album that you want to skip, which is so hard to do. Usually you're listening to albums and there's always that like one or a few songs that you're like, I don't want that. I will sit there and listen to this album all the way through the entire time. I was very inspired by some of her outfits that she's been wearing. She wears a lot of like leather pants and like has this really iconic rock star look, and that's kind of what I want, like what I aspire to be. I totally recommend listening to Plastic Hearts in full. This is a very large statement, but I think Plastic Hearts is going to be one of the best albums of our generation. It is flawless from a production standpoint and just is a beautiful record. So yeah, that is this look. All right, my next look that I did was inspired by My Chemical Romance. This has been my top played artist on Spotify for like 3 years in a row. Happened this year again. If I'm ever like unable to figure out what it is I want to listen to at the time, I'm always going back to My Chemical Romance. Of course, I did a more revenge era theme. That one's always easier to do, but when I think of My Chemical Romance, I think of like red and black and like the fun mall goth look. So that's kind of what I went for. Some of my favorites by My Chem: Kill All Your Friends. Kill All Your Friends, I can't remember. It's on some like B-sides album that I don't remember what it's from exact, but Kill All Your Friends is a freaking bop, and I love that one. Desolation Row, their cover of Bob Dylan's song. I'm a big Bob Dylan fan, but the fast-paced like punk version that My Chem did is just amazing, beautiful, highly recommend. I also think, this is kind of controversial, I think Conventional Weapons is highly underrated. That was some really fun stuff, and I think more people should be into that. Like Boy Division and The Light Behind Your Eyes, some beautiful songs. They have a wonderful discography, and pretty much everything from their very first record to Danger Days is just absolutely impeccable. So, you can never go wrong with Little Mike. My next look is inspired by Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is really dear to my heart. Wizard of Oz is a weird connection in my family, and my family and I associate that with me a lot. So this album, the first track on that album, Funeral for a Friend, is so beautiful. The instrumentals, it's a very long song, but when I was still living in LA, I would listen to that song and get super hyped up and just do a makeup look and go crazy. Some other songs I like on that album, I've seen that movie too, that one's really fun. I just absolutely adore that album. I think it's a masterpiece, and Elton John is everything, I didn't want to go for a yellow look. I did have some options for that, but it's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, you're not saying hello. And at the end of the Yellow Brick Road is the Emerald City, so I thought it would be really fun to do this emerald dress that I have, like this vintage Victoria's Secret thing that I found in LA. It was so, I love it. And then I paired it, of course, with some ruby red slippers. I have my little creepers. I thought that was a really fun look, and I wanted to add the leather jacket, with some studs, because that was kind of an Elton John vibe. I wish I had some big sunglasses to top it off, but I unfortunately do not own anything like that. But yeah, that is my take on Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, and I highly recommend. My next look is inspired by the legend herself, Stevie Nicks. I absolutely adore her. Anything from Fleetwood Mac to her solo stuff is just amazing. Some of my favorite stuff, all of Rumors is beautiful. Silver Springs specifically is one of the most raw, vulnerable, like real songs you will ever listen to. Like, it is, like, if you don't know about Silver Springs, Lindsey Buckingham, who Stevie had dated, they were in the band Fleetwood Mac together. He had like cheated on her, and it was like this whole scandal, and she wanted to put Silver Springs on the album, and everyone was like, no, you can't do that, that's like way too, like, it's too much, you know. And I'm so glad it ended up getting released, because it is one of the most amazing songs. Like, it's one of my favorite songs. I absolutely love it. Some of her solo stuff, Belladonna, that album, I think that was her first solo album. Don't quote me on that, I can't remember. But Belladonna is great. The title track, Belladonna, is beautiful. After the Glitter Fades is, again, oof. That gets me in my feelings. I absolutely love that song, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, that is my Stevie Nicks inspired look and my recommendations. Last but not least, I did a look inspired by Blondie's Parallel Lines. This is such a fun album, and I love the album art too, so I definitely wanted to incorporate, you know, those parallel lines in there. And then the red skirt is kind of inspired by the red text that they use on the cover. Wanted to get some white in there. Debbie Harry has that white dress on. Some of my fave songs from that album would be, I think the opening track is Hanging on the Telephone. That is good. I love that. I Know But I Don't Know. That's a good one. 11:59, Pretty Baby. And then some songs that I recommend from Blondie that aren't on Parallel Lines would definitely have to be, Denise is such a bop. I love it. And then I Didn't Have the Nerve to Say No. I think that one's so fun. I just love it. The Tide is High, Dreaming. You know, a lot of their hit songs like Heart of Glass and Call Me are, you know, just so truly iconic, and I love Debbie Harry so much and the role that she played in punk history, and I think she's such an icon. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. Alright guys, I hope you thought this was fun. And these are just some of the artists that I like really look up to. I have a really eclectic music taste. It's all over the place. I don't really listen to one specific subculture, so if that's what you were expecting, sorry, I don't know. But I'm just a huge rock and roll history buff. I'm an absolute nerd about it. I read a bunch of books. Like, I literally asked for Debbie Harry's book for Christmas. So I'm so into that stuff. But yeah, I think there were a lot more that I wanted to do. So if you guys would want to see a part 2 and see me do this again with some more like music recs or whatever, please let me know, because this was really fun to do, not gonna lie. And I'm kind of in love with the Miley like look I did. I am gonna be wearing leather pants a lot more now. I didn't think I'd look good in them, and then I was like, wow, this is going well for me. And the cowboy hat, I'm sorry, I don't care what you guys think. This is a look. It's a look. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, or whatever, you know, or don't. It's not gonna, I don't know, it doesn't make a huge difference to me, I guess. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.